Welcome. We're excited you're here, and perhaps you were invited by a very special person in your life. Maybe you're looking for solutions. But Danny and I are going to dive into our presentation today. We're blessed and grateful to be consultants here with LifeVantage, and we're just going to dive in. So we want to encourage you to stick around until the end. And Danny, I'm going to turn it over to you as I share these slides. And we're just going to introduce ourselves, tell you a little bit about our stories as we launch this presentation.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. So, my name is Danny. I am a wife. I am a mom. I am also a nutritionist. I have my own online private practice, like virtual practice, and I have since 2017. I got introduced to activation probably pretty close after starting that. Well, maybe 2019. And I'm so excited to share about what activation is if you haven't heard about that. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. Jenny, do you want to introduce yourself super quick?
Yeah, I do. And I've been with LifeVantage for 13 years now. This is my awesome family. We live here in Southern California. And my story is a little bit different than Danny's. I found LifeVantage because of a health crisis in our family, as well as a financial crisis. I had been in the mortgage industry for 9 years. And when the housing market crashed, the crazy thing is that our income went away overnight. And we didn't have control over that situation. So I really at that time saw the value of really building something residually and building something that could grow that I could will to my children. We were looking for financial freedom. And when I saw the LifeVantage opportunity from all aspects, I got excited. Just being an entrepreneur pretty much my whole life, I just had that feeling in my gut that I was onto something special. And as Danny and I dive into the presentation today, we'll kind of show you a little bit. I'm sure by the end of this, you'll understand why I felt that in my gut. And so, whatever you connect with here today, we're just excited to share what we believe to be one of the most incredible opportunities, not only for the average mom or the average person, but for the influencer, for the affiliate marketer, for anybody that really wants to build something on the side so that they can eventually turn it into their full-time income. So, Danny, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Jenny. I'm so passionate about that. I was actually sitting with my devotional the other morning, and it's just like I feel like nobody talks about money and motherhood together enough. And it's something like whether or not you are a mom who stays at home with her babies and maybe doesn't work, but money is always something that is on our minds. Like money is something that we need, and I feel like it's not talked about enough, and we just want to have this very like open, honest, like just easy conversation with you and share with you guys about LifeVantage because I call it like a diamond in the rough because they've been around for 20 years. LifeVantage has been around for 20 years. They are a debt-free, financially transparent company because they are publicly traded. They have to be open and honest and share what they do financially. They've sold over 2 billion in products. Like I said, they're publicly traded and they're also in 28 different countries, which is pretty cool. And if you know anything about supplements, that's really hard to do. To have a supplement brand in the United States, along with 28 other countries, including Europe and Canada, which have very strict, stringent rules and regulations, to me that spoke volumes, but there's also 28 other countries like Japan and Asia. So, anyways, a very stable, well-rooted company, which I think is really important.
Yeah, and one thing I want to mention here, Danny, as we're having this conversation, is the fact that we have the science. And we're not going to get too heavy into science today because this is probably the first time you're really looking at this information. We don't want to like take you down the rabbit hole, but I want to encourage you to look into the published studies. This is a product line that's set apart that nobody else in the industry has. And so
Mhm.
the room for growth and the room to be first to an opportunity. I think of like all of those people that got to invest in Google and Facebook before it was a thing, and thinking about where they are financially because they saw the vision of being onto something that's great that nobody knows about yet. The timing is really perfect. So as we dive into really what's possible financially, I think you're going to get more excited.
Yeah, I agree. And so the first thing we want to do is just kind of show you the numbers. Like we're just going to get straight into it. And I want to be very clear that this is without team building. I think that's what everybody thinks about when they first come into network marketing. I have to build a team, I have to bug people, I have to do this. We are going to give you an example without that because the industry is changing. This is not your grandmother's or even your mother's network marketing business anymore. The industry is changing and the online digital market is changing. I mean, affiliate marketing is huge. I'm sure some of you have dabbled in Amazon Shop or TikTok Shop or affiliate links. Like things are changing and companies are also changing with the times, and LifeVantage is one of them. And they realize that not everybody always wants to build a team, at least right out of the bat. And so this example is just showing you what you can earn commissions in your pocket by helping people. And that's truly like where we want to come from is like through heart of service. And so, just to give you an example, this is what we call our Healthy Glow Stack. It is our flagship product, which is Protandim NRF2, and our True Science Liquid Collagen, which was a gangbusters launch for us because, well, like I said, we're not going to get into the science, but I could go, we could go on and on. But anyways, this is called our Healthy Glow Stack. And if you were to sell four of these, just four, you would get $75 in commissions. Now, as you sell more, your commission percentage does increase and you get bonuses. And so things start to compound. But just to keep it simple, this is a really quick chart. So as you kind of go up and gain customers, that is going to be direct money in your pocket. So if you see at the very bottom, approximately 25 customers, which is considered the rank of diamond, you would get $1,200 in your pocket. This is not just gross income. This is profit in your pocket. And that is like really easy to do by just sharing your story. We are very transparent and honest of like, try these products, get on these products because your story sells the best. Um, and you can monetize your wellness journey. That is okay to do. So that was just a kind of simple example. We also want to give you an example of potential earnings if you are somebody who would fall into the influencer category or someone who has like a bigger following on any social media platform or even email list, whatever that is. So this is just a quick example with that same healthy glow stack. Say you have 10,000 followers. Now we know that not all those followers see your post, but let's just say 1% of your followers convert to sales with the healthy glow stack. So that's roughly 100 customers. 100 customers buying the Healthy Glow Stack would give you $14,000 in sales, essentially, like volume that you could gain commissions from. That commission would end up being $4,200 per month. So a lot of people, the retainment on subscription or people who get on subscription is pretty amazing with this product and this company because people see the difference and I can attest to that. I am now on subscription for almost everything because I never want to run out. So it's not like you're having to pull teeth to get people on subscription, but $4,200 a month, like what would that change for you? Would that help you build a savings? Would that help you with some groceries for the month or to be able to say like, hey honey, can I go get my nails done? Like something so simple like that. Like think about what kind of like breath of fresh air you could breathe if you were able to put that much money in your pocket every single month. And you
You
can also do
don't
this
even need
being
to
a
be
mom.
I love it. Yeah, and I love that, Danny, but you don't even need to be an influencer, really. Obviously, the more that you're sharing this product, the larger your customer base is going to grow. But I love the flexibility, and that was something that really brought me to the vision, is that there's options here for people. Like either you want to just, share this with as a cut to customers or potential people because you've fallen in love with the product, or if you do see the vision to build a team. And that's really what I saw 13 years ago. I saw the opportunity and the potential to really leverage our lives. We've currently been on, all expenses paid trips around the globe. And we've been able to do that. About 4 years ago, I was able to retire my husband. And we did that because we did see the vision of building a team. But like I said, the flexibility I think is so attractive for the everyday person. And so here's really an example of how that would compound. But if you decide to come, maybe you just start by falling in love with the products, sharing them with a few people, and then that passion grows. Because when I actually said yes 13 years ago, I don't think I saw the vision. I knew it was possible. It was really when I started sharing and seeing people's results and feeling like I had a moral obligation to share the products. That's really when I saw the vision, and that vision grew with my excitement. So, Danny, I'm going to turn it over to you to cover this slide.
Yeah. So, like I said in that slide before, that's solely on just gaining customers. That's not building a team. But let's say that spark does come up and you're like, oh, or you just have somebody reach out who says, hey, I am loving these products. How can I sell these? Like it really has to be that simple. And so this is just going to show you an example of, say, you hit that level of diamond. You then have five people who are like, hey, how can I sell this as an affiliate? Or how can I just start sharing this and earning a little bit of side income? You help five of those people go diamond. That's $3,200 a month in your pocket. And then this is where the compounding effect really gets crazy, is if you help those five people help five people, that's $13,200 per month in your pocket. And so the compound effect is is wild. Like you just have to share your journey and your story, and people will see the opportunity. People will see, like, oh, like, you want to keep this simple. You want to keep this easy because then other people can see, like, oh, I can do this too.
Yeah.
So that's the possibility if you do want to start to grow a team. And then this is just a really quick overview of just the average monthly commissions based on certain ranks. Jenny here is an executive consultant 3, which is in that red circle. And what's circled is the average monthly income paid monthly. So
I love
just
that,
look
Danny.
at that.
I love that. And I love, if you see, even look what's possible, when you're just getting started. I mean, if you're looking at the senior consultant 2 rank, you're looking at $500 extra a month. Like on average, if you're even doing this super part-time, we've seen people be able to do that pretty quickly, just by plugging in and following a system that we already have built. This isn't something that you have to concur on your or figure out on your own or anything like that. So it's really, if you just, I mean, think about even what $500 a month would do for people. Being from the mortgage business and being in that whole world when the housing market crashed, they actually put out a study in the Wall Street Journal that said that if the average income, the average household had an extra $500 per month, it would have saved them from losing their home. And back then, I mean, a ton of people were having that crisis. And to think about how something as incredible as LifeVantage, if this was in their life, how it would have saved everything for them. So
Yeah.
hopefully we've given you that vision with what's possible financially. We're going to dive into the products and talk about why we're set apart. We've alluded to it at the beginning of this presentation. But I get excited because this is really where, as an entrepreneur, I saw the vision of being first.
hmm Totally. And when I first got introduced to the products, I got super excited because just with my background in being a nutritionist and being such a science nerd, nutrigenomics was said, and I was like, oh my gosh. So basically, what this product does and what we say is you take it to make it. And so many of us are used to taking a supplement to basically plug a hole, to fill a void. And we can actually take a blend of products. And what happens in the body is it's called nutrigenomics, and it basically can flip on switches and dim down switches for our genetics. You can look this up. It's called epigenetics and nutrigenomics if you're really nerdy like me. But basically, what it does is it helps to activate your body's own production of antioxidants, enzymes, and hormones instead of just adding them in. So, for example, instead of just taking a vitamin C, which sure is great, activating your body's own antioxidant production is literally 1 million times better. And I'm not saying that to be exaggerated. It literally is 1 million times better through scientific studies. So it is truly unlike any supplement that you can find on the market. And it is also patented, and you can find PubMed studies on this product.
Yeah,
So,
it's pretty phenomenal. And like I said in the beginning, we're not going to go down too deep into the science, but We have customer groups. We can, connect with either Danny or myself or the person that invited you to this presentation, and we can give you all of that. But at the end of the day, these aren't studies that the company paid for. These are independent studies that these universities across the globe funded on this actual product, Protandim. And if you know anything about research published studies, a lot of the times it's the companies going out and finding research places that will fund studies for them. But these people came to our company saying there's something profound here. We talk about it in the ABC Investigative Health Report. So if you haven't yet seen that, I would encourage you. That's the beginning of our story. This product is 40 years in the making. And that's why you're probably thinking, well, it's just a bottle of pills. How great could it be? I promise you, I've been here for 13 years and I still learn about the science behind this product. And I tell people all the time, like, if you had to choose one thing to take your whole entire life and you had to choose, you could only choose one, that would be the most important supplement. Activate. I like to call it an activator that you could take for the rest of your life for the results that you could get on that one bottle. So it's pretty phenomenal. And then
Mhm.
of course here's our liquid collagen, which it's sexy, it's cool, and it tastes amazing, and that's part of the whole draw. But it actually much more than that, which Danny will cover.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know all of us have probably taken collagen. Maybe you put it in your coffee, maybe you put it in your smoothie. Like collagen is everywhere and we get it and we know it. And it's the most abundant protein in the body. Like, okay, heard. But this collagen is truly set apart because it's activating your body's own collagen production, which again is going to be far superior than just taking collagen. And it activates fibroblasts. It has 10 different types of collagen in it. It really, like, it is so set apart. And then when you add Protandim onto it, you're activating your cells, you're activating cellular turnover. And that's why, like, we're going to get into before and afters. And people will say, like, that can't be real. You guys, like, Jenny has seen these people in person. I have seen these people in person. When you activate the body, like God made us so perfectly. We're the ones that go and F ourselves up. Like I just his design and of us is just perfect. But look at these. Like when you activate the body, it's just so incredible. And we each have our own stories. And again, if you want to hear those, you can reach out to us and like I can go so down deep in the rabbit hole of science, but these are some just amazing before and afters. And it's just so, so cool. So that is the Healthy Glow Stack, which is that flagship product of Protandim NRF2 and the True Science Liquid Collagen. And then this is our brand new, this just launched in October of 2024, Mind Body GLP-1 system. So this is activating your body's own GLP-1, which is groundbreaking, you guys. Like GLP-1 is all the rage, the shot is all of the rage, but there are a lot of side effects that come with that. And if you need to do that, like we don't judge here. But this product has helped so many people who either cannot afford the shot, are not a good candidate for the shot, just don't want to do the shot, but have that weight to shed. And you guys, weight is it's emotional, it's physical, it's mental. Like if you want to lose weight and you're stuck, it takes such a toll on your mind, body, and spirit. And so this system is truly so cool in the sense that it number one is activating your body's own ability to produce GLP-1 because we all produce GLP-1 naturally. It comes from a specific cell in the gut lining called an L cell. I'm not going to get too much into that, but GLP-1 does so much more than just help you lose weight. It helps with insulin secretion, so making sure that you are producing the right amount of insulin, not too much, not too little, especially if you are struggling with that, that's not good. It helps to slow digestion in the sense of allowing you to absorb your nutrition better and the food that you take and the supplements that you take. You guys, I'm sure if you're on here, you spend a lot of money on good food. The organic, the grass-fed, the pasture-raised, all of those things are great. But if you're not absorbing that, like that is basically money down the drain. And so what we mean when it says slows digestion is it really just helps slow your digestion so that the cells of your gut lining have time to absorb those nutrients. It also helps to suppress appetite, but really like balance out those hunger hormones and balance out that food noise that so many people really struggle with. Like, if you're somebody who struggles with eating a meal and then like the next thing that you think of is like, what is my other meal going to be? Or can I have a snack? That is food noise. A lot of people struggle with that. And this has helped so, so, so much with people in quieting or completely eliminating that food noise. And these are just some before and afters. They do like 12-week challenges. And it's so incredible to see people shed weight and nobody's like doing anything shady behind like just taking the shot. Like these are all people who are just like living their life, eating as best they could, getting some exercise, adding in that GLP-1, and their
Yeah, and I
results are
think
just
Danny
healthy.
too. I mean, it's working with your body and not against it. And I think
Mhm.
that's the thing where, all the rage is the GLP-1 and like Danny said, doing the shots. But at the end of the day, the people that try to get off of that, it's not long term because at the end of the day, it's like putting a band-aid over a symptom, right? You're overweight, your cortisol levels, your hormones levels are out of whack. But at the end of the day, we have to look at the root cause. Like, why is it that we're holding on to weight? Why is it that we're dieting and going to the gym? And then when they're incorporating these shots, what's happening is that that's really giving you the short term. Really, some people have incredible results, but then when they try to get off of it, it becomes a nightmare and they're worse off than where they were before. Gut paralysis, they're losing muscle. This product works with the biological functions of the body to support it and
Mhm.
not put a mask over the symptom. And I think if you understand our whole product line, like Axio, we're going to just quickly kind of touch on this, is one of our top selling products. This is a nootropic. I like to call it the mom drink, but of course, why are we calling it the mom drink? Dads are just as tired as moms these days.
I know.
But it's really supporting the brain at its source. And
Mhm.
unlike other energy drinks, it's really kind of working with the body. And so I get excited about it. And it tastes amazing. My kids love it. It's like a religion in our house. So
Oh, same. Axio, Remy, my son, he's 3, will always come take my water and he goes, "Is this mommy's vitamins?" Because that's what I call Axio. Um, but it's just the company is the activation company for a reason. So we're not just supplementing, we're activating. So the GLP-1 is activating the gut. The Protandim is activating your NRF2 pathway, your detox pathways, your cleanup pathway. Axio is activating your brain. Like, how many of us want to be more activated? I
hmm,
mean, I know
I do.
I do.
I used to
Uh,
use that Go Gem. I mean, that shows you how old I am in the 80s, where she would activate her side, her vest. I don't know why I brought that up. It just reminded me I had like
so
a
funny.
visual of that. Who doesn't
Totally.
want to be activated?
Yeah. So this is just an overview of the full product line we have, and there's more. I mean, GLP-1 isn't even on here. So we are always coming out with new products. We just came back from our convention and I sat in at the medical professionals round, and there are some new products that are coming down the pipeline that are going to be phenomenal, I'm sure. We don't know what they are yet, but we have everything from just like daily essentials, anti-aging, skincare, hair care. We even have stuff for dogs. I mean, dog people, you love your dogs, so
You know it, girl.
you got to activate them
Sometimes
too.
most people will spend more money on their dog's health than their own health. So,
Oh, totally.
and that's really I love that's what we're trying to do here is just get people to think differently. Remember, your health is an investment, it's not an expense. And when you start thinking that way, the light bulb comes on with just the power of this company, the power of these products, and thinking about I want you to think about now. Imagine 3 to 5 people right now that need this product and these products in their body. And
Mhm.
that's really where you can combine the passion for helping people with wellness, and the passion that I saw to help people financially. So it's really easy to get started, whether it's as a customer or as a consultant. We put an example here of, what the packs look like. Like I said, get with the person that invited you. But Danny, I know that as we wrap it up, I love that how you share the slide. It's great.
Yeah, so this is just like an overview of different pack options if you wanted to sign up as a consultant. Again, if you wanted to just stick with the customer side of things, reach out to one of us or whoever put you onto this call and they'll get you all situated. But you get to choose and really like you need to be on these to share your story before, I mean, you can share them before you like, you don't have to wait 30, 60, 90 days in because I promise you'll see the results. But having this as part of your story is what's going to help you. So if you are wanting to make some extra income, a side income, or blow this out of the water, you have to have inventory. Your business has to be open. And so these are just what these product packs are. And it's also the deepest discount you're ever going to get from any of the products. So if you're really wanting to go like all in, go ham, we always say like go with the biggest pack because you're going to get the most amount of products at the biggest discount. You'll be able to share with friends and family. So anyways, that's just kind of an overview of those packs. Again, if you have questions, reach out to us. It's not going to be a hard sell. It's not going to be salesy. Like we want to get to know you. We want to get to know like what is your goal? What is your why? Do you just want an extra $500 or do you want to be that presidential making $100,000 a month? Like everybody has their own why. Everybody has their own goal. I know Jenny and I are here to kind of blow it out of the water. So if you want to join, come with us. But it's really like we will meet you where you're at. And we are here to serve. Both of us have had our own wellness journeys and our own stories, along with friends and family of ours. And so we're just really passionate about this. And yeah,
And
we're
I love it, Danny, because this is the perfect way to end it, that you can do it as with your kids. Look at you, baby. They're on your shoulder. And that's, truly as I end it, just kind of with the vision of when I first started with this company, my older son's 20 and my younger one's 16 now. They were 6 and 2. So they've grown up with this community of people that are passionate. I've been able to do it and be full time in my life. Maybe you're not a parent, but maybe you're not present in your life because you're stressed out and you're spinning your wheels, whatever it might be. I promise there's something here for you. So thank you for spending a little bit of time with us. We so appreciate it. I feel blessed all over again. I love just chatting about this. So
yeah. Thanks, Jenny. Bye, guys.
bye. Okay, let me stop.